It's time for reforms. I think that police departments who don't have or haven't been reformed or aren't working towards reforms aren't seeing what's happening in this country. But, defunding the police department is not a realistic idea or thought. Can you imagine dialing 911 and no one comes when your house is being burglarized, your mother gets sick? It's not a realistic thought or premise. But, it's something that has happened before, will happen again, and it has to start with the reforming of certain departments in certain ways, like body cameras and other things that have been implemented over the years.
Thomas, you say defunding is kind of, it's a concept that really doesn't go very far, but actually there is a case where there was a police department dissolved. They started all over again, even though that sounds drastic. That was Camden, New Jersey, and the police chief during that period of time, Scott Thompson's talked about this. He makes a very convincing case in doing that sort of thing. He said that basically the statistics bear it out. Crime numbers actually drop dramatically. He says it's much easier to create a culture than to change one. By dissolving and starting all over again, they were able to change the mindset of the cop on the street from warrior to guardian. I know you were in the police force. I'm sure you were up against some folks who had pretty hardened views. What do you say to him?
What I say to him is, look, police departments like New York City, LA, Chicago, Miami have made changes in the way that they police. And they have made significant changes to basically root out or hold accountable those people who shouldn't be in policing. Those people who commit crimes have been arrested, and those people have been convicted who did commit a crime. The other departments in this country have to look towards reforming their department, holding the cops more accountable, while also policing the areas in which they are supposed to police.
Getting back to some of the comments he made, he said he would trade 10 cops for one more Boys and Girls Club in his community. His point that was funding that could be redirected from police departments to other areas could make a real difference. He says cops aren't designed to deal with people with mental issues, and yet they have to on a daily basis. What about that? Cities actually looking at their funding and maybe perhaps moving to other areas where they can make a difference in some of these communities.
I don't believe in defunding a police department. I believe in restructuring a police department. I believe in finding money in a budget to basically bring in the social programs you very smartly allude to. It's not a matter of punishing cops or police departments who in most cases are underfunded as it is. It's a matter of finding the resources to basically fund the other things, such as social programs, such as drug programs, such as other alternative to incarceration for low-level crimes.
What about the reforms that are outlined by members of Congress today? What are your thoughts on those?
I think it's a first step in a dialogue. We're in a very heated political year, which a lot of dialogue is going to come out to try and garner the votes this year. It's a matter of the police departments, because it's not a federal police department, it's local police departments run by mayors, city councils, or local councils, as well as a police commissioner or a chief. That's where it has to start, but they have to widen their eyes and open their eyes to what's happening, and we need change in this country to policing. It's a matter of what that change is going to be in the respective areas of the country.
And we'll keep our eye on it. Thomas Ruskin, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Mike, have a good night. Stay safe.